Hello everyone, I'm Tremayne, and this is going to be my rumor control for Days of Our Lives as to who the new Stefano Dimera is, who got that chip in their head now, and is now working behind the scenes to make sure that Stefano's wishes are fulfilled. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Please hit that like button, because every time you hit that like button, lets YouTube know it's a good video for soap fans, so you can be part of the soap fam. And please take a minute to also join me on my other social media, Instagram, Twitter, and our Facebook group, Soap Fam, which is now going to be doing lives in the Soap Fam group. And the first one is actually tonight. So I don't know where you're watching this, but as of the filming of this video, the first live in the Soap Fam group is tonight. And one of the things we're going to be discussing is Days of Our Lives, and it will include the discussion I'm having now. I'm going to be running these theories in the group and seeing how, Soap Fam group members feel about who the new Stefano Dimera is. Now, this is part of my rumor control series, because there are always theories and fake spoilers, and a lot of times these different websites will take the same spoilers that I get, that are real spoilers, but a lot of times spoilers don't necessarily tell you exactly what's going to happen in that episode. It tells you sometimes cryptically. So last week when Julie visited Sarah's mother, Maggie, when Julie visited Maggie, we all assumed that Julie would let the cats out, out the bag. The Sarah ran, the baby wasn't hers, and her, and all the kind of stuff. And there were sites, including the site that I'm going to be discussing, what their theory is, and a couple other ones. They said Maggie's going to be devastated, Julie's going to tell her the truth, all this kind of stuff. But the only thing the spoiler said was Julie visits Maggie in jail. The assumption was, of course, that she would accidentally tell Maggie everything. But of course, we watched the actual episode, and Will got there in time, and even though I think Maggie should know, Will got there in time and got Julie out of the prison, so that Maggie never actually learned the truth. But if you go online, you can see all these different websites reporting that Julie tells Maggie the truth, because they saw a spoiler that said that they would just be in the room together. Now, it didn't say that Will would come in and stop her from revealing the truth. So there were a lot of people who would just watch that one particular spoiler and assume that, okay, Maggie's about to learn the truth, and then they start speculating and putting headlines out there like it's a fact. And I say all that to say that a lot of times I stay away from these different rumors, these different things that are out there that haven't been verified, like this whole third baby situation that I refuse to talk about because it would ruin the storyline, because it just wouldn't make any sense. Like I said, it makes more sense to me that the secret we'll learn on Thursday that Evan and Orpheus is keeping is that Jordan's really alive. But once again, that's my theory. I could be wrong. There could have been a third baby. But anyway, but that's called speculation. Other people right now are speculating all over the place that there's a third baby. A lot of people watch my videos. A lot of people watch other people's videos where there also may be potential speculation, and people run with it, the stuff we're talking about on Twitter. And I always try to differentiate a rumor, a spoiler, and wild speculation that typically, when I say speculation, it typically is something that I know is crazy, it's probably not going to be true. And then as we get closer to the scenes that they're all talking about, then usually a real spoiler will come down the pike when it's closer for it to be for the reveal, and we'll go, oh, okay, this is what it is. But the latest rumor control is Stefano Dimera has been rechipped. That we know that from what we've already seen, that there was a scene where we didn't get to see when Stefano wanted to talk to Rolf by himself off camera. He also wanted to talk to Tony and Chad off camera. So we know that Stefano, as he was about to be removed from Steve, had already come up with plan B, and he even talked about Rolf about the backup plan. So it made me instantly really pay close attention because, once again, there's another rumor out there that I actually still believe is true, but we'll see in June that this whole time jump is just somebody dreaming. Is either Kate, Jennifer, or Julie. One of those three are dreaming about this whole situation, and the reason why I say that it's likely this whole thing will be a dream is because I saw it reported on a reputable site that has really not ever steered me wrong, and so that's why I've been hanging on to the theory that we're watching a dream. We also know that every storyline that's been concluded, those actors really aren't really working that much anymore, because only thing main storylines coming out now are time jump storylines. So as we wrap up the final time jump stories going into May sweeps to June, where there's supposed to be a big reveal. Don't know what the reveal is, but this will be this huge reveal, which I think is when it's going to be revealed to be a dream. Otherwise, I don't know what the huge reveal in June is going to be. But yeah, I think that this site that reported this is correct, and they've also hinted at the whole Stefano is actually on camera right now. Somebody has been chipped, and I think that Friday's episode was a major clue, and I think that today's episode was a major clue. The suspects of who could be potentially Stefano Dimera, there's a few things out there, but the main one I'm zeroing in on because of Friday's episode is Shin. I honestly think that other sites have reported it as fact that Shin is Stefano. I can't report it as fact that Shin is Stefano. What I can do is look at what the character did on Friday. On Friday, he chose Chad to be CEO. We know that's what Stefano wanted anyway. And we also saw that he took great delight in making sure that Gabi wasn't CEO, and that she also ended up losing her store too. And Stefano doesn't like Gabi. So especially since his son is gone, maybe, and he would want the company to remain within the family. So Shin was way too happy with himself, and that smile of watching Gabi feel humiliated and running out. And then the second thing that happened was Abigail got poisoned. Stefano hates Abigail. He hates Abigail more than he hates Gabi. So with Abigail, she got poisoned with some hallucinogenic or whatever. And as I spoke in the spoiler video last week, I said that my theory was that the person who poisoned Abigail was Chad. And I've changed my mind. They're making it look like Gabi did it, because Gabi picked up the bottle of champagne and she said, "Let me pour that for you." And Chad like took it from like, no, you know, get out. So that's why there's some sites and some bloggers reporting that Gabi did something to Abigail, but I think that that's just too easy of an answer. I don't even think Gabi is in a headspace where she would want to even cause Abigail to hallucinate, because I think that her anger would actually be more towards Shin and Chad than Abigail. Now, before, when she was gaslighting her, she had a clear reason of why she would want to do that. But I think that she's going to be the scapegoat for who everybody thinks poisoned Abigail. And my theory was Chad, because I said Gabi's too easy, it's not going to be her. And then I said Chad. Chad has been acting like zombie Chad since he was supposedly recovered. He's been spacey, he's been still acting like he's under a spell, and he sort of comes out of it a little bit here and there. But I honestly believe that Chad is still under the La Familia spell, which makes sense with Rolf out there somewhere in that meeting that he had with Stefano. I think that he was faking it. There was no major catalyst that drove Chad to break the spell. It was just, he was like, oh, I'm better now. And then they were like, okay, I guess you're better because you said it. So that's why my theory was that Chad was the one who put the hallucinogenic in Abigail's drink. He was the other person there that had access to the bottle, and he could have even done it and forgot about it. But then when the Shin theory came out, I was like, well, actually Shin was around too. Hell, they may even do a flashback where he gave them the bottle. So I believe that Shin is the one, as Stefano, that has poisoned Abigail to cause her to hallucinate about Ben. And, you know, I want to know your theories on this too. Do you think that Shin is Stefano? There's people who think that Stefano is still Steve. I don't think that's the case, because Stefano and Hope are getting together, and they're also going to be trying to help John and things like that. And I can't really see Stefano going on a mission to save John from Orpheus. So I think Steve is a red herring. I think that Chad is a red herring. I think he's still just an accomplice. And Shin is the one who would be the least likely to be suspected. But the one thing I don't want to see is Shin lusting after Marlena. That's my only problem with the storyline. I really hope that Rolf did something that sort of put an end to his obsession with Marlena in the second chip. But I could even see if it was the father, Shin's father, Mr. Shin, that was chipped, and then him going after Marlena. But I do not need to see Shin, as young as he is, and she's like twice as old as he is. No cougar storylines. Let John and Marlena be together, just like, you know, Julie and Doug. Just let it be that. I think they've had enough getting broken up and remarried and broken up and remarried. I think Marlena has been kidnapped enough for like at least the next 2-3 years, and I really think that it would be more interesting for Shin, if he is the new Stefano Dimera, to actually focus on someone new, even if it's Gabi, creating a triangle between Gabi, Jake, and Shin. I can even see that happening. But yeah, let's let the whole Queen of the Night thing rest in peace, where that storyline needs to stay. So let me know what you think about Stefano Dimera's return. Spoilers have said that, or I'm not gonna say have said. Spoilers have hinted that the Phoenix is already risen, which means it's somebody we're already watching, and people have said, well, Jake is the new Stefano. Jake is not acting in any way, shape, or form like Stefano. I think he's Stefan, who's been brought back by Dr. Rolf. He has no memories of who he was, and just like Will, who thought he was EJ, I think that he's been led to believe that he's Jake. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know your theories on who the new Stefano Dimera is. Do you think, like I think now, that it's Shin? Or do you think that it's one of the other people, Chad, Jake, Steve? You know, who is your theory on the new Stefano Dimera? And actually, this isn't the case, but it would have made more sense for John to be the new Stefano. That would have made a lot more sense, and it would have instantly given him his Queen of the Night. That would make more sense to me, but I don't think they're going there. I think it's Shin. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for watching.